Good evening, good evening, good evening.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Mr. Sykes, for taking me up on this interview today.
No problem. Anytime.
That's what I like to hear. Today, we're just going to be discussing your media and production company and how it got started and the advice that you can give to upcoming people who want to be in this type of entertainment industry. So if you don't mind, can we jump right into it?
Jump right into it.
Alrighty. Today we are doing an interview on Filmmakers Entertainment LLC with Mr. John Sykes, who is the official owner of the company. And we are taking this interview at Filmmakers Entertainment LLC business office. So, if you don't mind, can you tell me what was a specific moment in your early career that made you realize that talent wasn't just in making media, but in leading people to create it?
What made me realize that was several movies that I've been introduced to over the time of me living in my life. I'm originally from Detroit, so it's a lot of independent filmmakers, a lot of independent journalism people, doing a lot of different things like that. So at the time, I just wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to grow in the industry where I could be challenged, and I wanted to be the best I could be. And I felt like it was some holes in that system that I could fill in.
Understandable. So basically, how would you describe core values? How would you describe your decision making when, like, the pressures at an all-time high? How do you do your decision making?
When the pressure is at an all-time high, how I do my decision making? First of all, I don't panic, and I make sure everybody else is not feeling anxiety. And the basis of my story is what I do is I make sure that people are motivated. Maybe you need some food, maybe you need a Snickers, something, But I really put a lot into the people that I work with.
Okay.
So staying on point, staying focused, that's most important.
All right. With production changing radically over the last decade, how has your personal style of leadership evolved to meet the needs of new generations of creative professionals?
Well, you got to learn the generations. You got to be willing to sit back and study what's going on, talk to people. If you got kids, talk to the kids. They'll help you understand a lot.
Okay. How do you manage a room full of competing big ideas to ensure everyone feels heard without losing the project's cohesive direction?
What I do is we write them down. And as far as when people are giving auditions and stuff like that, we just pretty much make sure that, we get their ideas. We let them have their own creative freedom. And I think that's important.
What is your go-to strategy for reading the temperature of your crew and re-energizing them when they're hitting a wall?
I grew up reading energy, so it's easy for me to come in the room and understand if somebody's nervous, if somebody's panicking, or if somebody's in a good mood. And if they're in a bad mood, they are panicking, I make sure to let them know, at the end of the day, we got $1 to be made, and we got people to reach out to. And that's most important. So focus is most important.
In an industry where the show must go on, how do you foster an environment where your team feels safe enough to admit mistakes or voice a concern before it becomes a production ending problem?
I don't yell at people. I don't scream at them. And like I say, I help them. They're comfortable with me. I understand them. I make sure I understand them. That's the whole point of getting out there and talking to the youth and talking to different people, because the more you go out and talk, you'll get a better understanding of how things are going at that time.
Okay. Critique is a constant thing in media. Can you walk me through your process for delivering difficult feedback to a creative person in a way that fuels their growth rather than shifting their confidence?
I let them know. I'll be honest with them. I'll be straightforward. I don't, downplay them or, make them feel bad. But the most important thing is to make people feel comfortable with you. And comfort is important. And how I go about that is You know, I talk to them and I ask them questions. How you doing today? You feeling okay? Is everything all right? You know, just try to get a gauge on how they feeling at that moment.
Okay. I like that. When you're assembling a crew or a production team, what are the intangible human qualities you look for that a standard resume or portfolio might not show you?
Intelligence. Somebody who's actually, you can tell when somebody actually wants this and they want to be involved in something and they'll do anything to be involved in it. Anything positive.
Production involves a lot of moving parts and high stakes. Can you share a time when you had to mediate a significant personality clash on set and how you navigated that to get the team back in sync?
Pretty much giving motivation, separation, helping people. You know, I talk to one person and, you know, I let them know, help them understand what we're doing and what the focus is. And then I go to this other person and, you know, I let them know the same thing. And at the end of the day, we all coming together for one common interest.
Well, that concludes our interview, Mr. Sykes. Thank you for your time today.
No problem, man.